You can build a system that saves someone $50,000 a year and they will still say no. It's not because your offer isn't good enough, it's because you're positioning yourself exactly the same way that the other 47 AI automation experts that they're speaking to are pitching them this week. So here's what nobody tells you. You can have a flawless AI system, the cleanest code, the most elegant workflows, but if your positioning sucks, you are completely invisible. And right now, as we speak, 83% of AI agencies fail in their first year. And it's not because the product is weak, it's because they sound exactly like everybody else. Today, I'm breaking down the 4 positioning shifts that took me from tech guy begging for meetings to the obvious choice, and why the last one is a credibility shortcut that most people never even think of. Listen, I understand. I know you've got the skills. You've built the systems that will make engineers weep. They've been in the game 30 years and you've taken over. Your Make.com workflows are an art. Your GPT prompts are surgical. But when someone asks you what you do, you either freeze or you launch into a feature dump that makes their eyes glaze over in real time. Now, here's the brutal truth. Being good at AI doesn't mean that you are good at business. They are two separate things. And the gap between those two things, that's where most agencies die. And the reason for that is incredibly basic. It's because clients don't buy AI tools. They don't buy automation. They don't even buy efficiency. They buy the end of a very specific nightmare that they're living through right now. And if you can't name that nightmare in 6 seconds or less, in words that a 12-year-old could understand, you have already lost them. But here's what makes that even worse. Do you know Gartner? The 5 billion research firm that advises 90% of Fortune 500 companies? Well, they released a study that found that 77% of B2B buyers say their latest purchase was very complex or difficult. Think about that. Think about that. 3 out of 4 people trying to buy something felt confused and overwhelmed during the process. That means that every time you lead with technical jargon, you're not just failing to impress them, you're actively pushing them away. So now let me show you exactly how to fix this. 4 shifts, real examples, and a credibility shortcut at the end that most people completely overlook. Let's start with the trap that's killing 90% of your outreach. So as mentioned, being good at AI doesn't mean that you are good at business. Here's a real life example of what happened to me early in my career. I had just built this beautiful system, right? It was a 2-way conversational AI sales agent, ChatGPT-4 integration, it used custom APIs, automated lead qualification, the whole shebang, everything. I was so proud of it, but you can kind of guess where this is going to go. So there I am, full of enthusiasm, hopping on a sales call with a B2B company, might take my service. I started explaining. Well, we built 2-way AI sales agents using ChatGPT-4 integration, RAG pipelines, custom API integration so that each tool can speak to one another. I do it in Make.com and through your CRM via webhooks. The guy on the other end went silent. And guess what he said to me? I have no idea what you just said, but I'm paying my sales team $67,000 a month and leads are sitting in the CRM for 8 hours before anyone touches them. Can you fix it or not? And that's when it hit me. You can imagine my face. But nobody cares about your tech stack. They care about their problem. And that's exactly where the trap lies. You've spent months learning the tools. You understand APIs, embedding, token limits, context windows, N8N like the back of your hand. You can debug a webhook failure in your sleep. So naturally, when someone asks you what you do, you lead with it. It's human nature. We build AI-powered automation systems using RAG pipelines, vector databases, N8N integrations, enterprise-grade APIs. It sounds impressive, right? No, dead wrong. And when you really think about it, it's common sense because the person you're talking to, the business owner, the VP of operations, the founder who's about 3 months away from complete burnout, they don't wake up thinking, man, I really need a Make.com workflow today. They wake up thinking, I just spent 4 hours answering emails that could have been handled by a form. My team is drowning in data entry and I can't afford another hire. I'm losing customers because our response time is 48 hours and we're not getting back to our leads quick enough. When you lead with tools, you sound like a vendor trying to make a sale. When you lead with outcomes, you sound like a doctor diagnosing their pain. And here's the real kicker. Right now, while you're reading this, your competitors are making the exact same mistake. They're out there DMing people, cold emailing people about LLM integration and agentic AI workflows, which means you have a massive opportunity. Because if you can just say, I help B2B companies respond to leads in under 60 seconds so they stop losing deals to competitors who move faster, you're already 10 steps ahead. So the real question is, what do they actually buy? Let me show you the framework that changed everything for me. No one buys an AI tool. They buy an end to a pain. So to showcase this clearly, let me give you two versions of exactly the same offer. Version A, we build AI-powered sales agents that integrate with your CRM using webhooks and API connections, leveraging natural language processing to qualify and engage leads automatically. Version B, we build AI systems that respond to every lead in under 60 seconds so you book more meetings, close deals faster, and stop losing deals to competitors who follow up first. Which one would make you pull out your credit card? The answer to that question is version B every single time, because it tells you exactly what you are getting and it tells you exactly what pain it ends. So, here's a formula I use for every single piece of positioning. Specific outcome plus time frame plus what they avoid. Not we automate workflows. Instead, we eliminate 20 hours of manual data entry per week so that you never have to choose between hiring another admin or drowning in busy work. Not we build AI chatbots. Instead, we answer 90% of your customer questions instantly so you stop losing sales to I'll get back to you tomorrow. Did you see the shift? You saw the shift there? The first version makes you sound like a tool. The second makes you sound like a lifeline. And when you position yourself as a solution to a painful, expensive, emotional problem, price objections just literally evaporate. Because if I'm spending 12k a month on something that's driving me literally insane, and you or I could make it disappear for 4k, that's not a cost, that's salvation. Here's what I want you to do right now. Think about how you currently explain what you do. Does it describe what you do, or does it describe what your client gets? If it's the latter, you're inevitable. If it's the former, you're invisible. Now here's where most people destroy their pipeline, completely decimate their pipeline. If they don't understand what you do in 6 seconds, you have lost the deal. Here's the rule that I live by. If a 12-year-old can't understand what you do, your messaging is too complex. I'm not saying dumb it down, I'm saying make it obvious. Right, let's do something here which is a bit crazy. I never thought I'd be doing this on a video, but pause for a second and imagine your mum, right, or anyone outside of your industry asks what you do. Can you explain it to them in one sentence without them looking confused? If not, that's your problem. That is your only problem. If someone who loves you can't understand it, a stranger with zero patience definitely won't. But when you are crystal clear about the problem that you solve, the results that you deliver, and the fear that you eliminate, trust is built instantly. So let me give you the exact framework that I use. I help specific business type achieve specific outcome using dead simple explanation without their biggest fear. Examples: I help e-commerce brands answer customer questions 24/7 using AI without sounding like a robot or losing the personal touch. I help real estate agents follow up every lead in under 2 minutes so they stop losing 50k listings to agents who respond faster. I help SaaS companies onboard new users in half the time using AI without confusing them or increasing churn. Did you see the pattern there? No synergy, no optimization, no digital transformation, just a clear promise tied to their real pain. And here's probably the most controversial part. I think most AI founders overcomplicate their messaging because they're scared. They're scared that if they make it look too simple, people won't think that they're smart enough or pay them enough money to do the job. But the market doesn't reward complexity, it rewards clarity. The person who can explain rocket science to a 10-year-old is smarter than the person who makes it sound complicated to feel important. Alright, so we've covered that. Next, the credibility shortcut that tripled my close rate. You don't need a huge audience. Nobody has ever needed a huge audience. You need social proof that it hits like a freight train. Let me tell you what actually worked when I had zero credibility. I didn't wait for the perfect client. I didn't build a massive audience first. I went out and offered to build AI systems for break-even prices, sometimes even at a loss to my time, just to get real results I could point to later. Because when business owners, real business owners, look into a camera and say that this system that Michael built us saved us 40 hours a week and we're closing 30% more deals, that is no longer marketing. That is no longer breadline, baseline marketing. That is bulletproof social proof for you. And do you know what happened once I had 3 of those? Literally everything changed. I put them on my site, I sent them in cold outreach, I played them on discovery calls if the client needed proof. And here's what happened. People stopped asking if I could do the work and they started asking when I could start. Because the key thing about social proof is this, right? It does something magical, it does something special. It removes risk from the equation. When you say, I can help you, they think, maybe, can he? How? When they watch a video or multiple videos of someone exactly like themselves saying, this person transformed my business, they think, I need that. Now listen, yeah, I understand, I know what you're thinking, but I don't have any clients yet. That's fine. Go and get one. Offer to do a pilot project at cost. Offer to do them for a nominal fee of $25. Deliver insane value to that client. Be over the top. Be constantly responding to their emails. Be proactive, asking them questions. Go deeper. Treat it as if it was a project that is 50 times the size. Deliver insane value. Then ask for a video testimonial. Then ask for another one. And then ask for another one. Because I'll tell you something now that's straight facts, right? 2 or 3 strong video testimonials with real faces, with real proper companies and real transformations and results are worth more than 1,000 LinkedIn posts about the future of AI. There is an art to getting video testimonials, okay? You will get video testimonials if you do everything I've just said and knock it out of the park for them. That's a given. But here's what a great video testimonial looks like. And if you can, you should try and guide your clients to hit these 3 points because it will really help resonate with the next potential client. So you want them to try and lead with the problem. We were spending 30 hours a week manually processing orders, let's say. Let's say that was what the issue was. Then we want them to show the transformation. Michael built a custom AI system that automated 85% of it. And then at the end, delivered the result. Now we're saving $5,000 a month. Our team has 25 hours back every single week and order errors have dropped by 90%. If you can get them to deliver it in that way, it will resonate deeply with the audience as they watch it. So that's it. That's the whole play, right? 3 sentences, 1 undeniable transformation on camera. It gives you the answers that you need and it will resonate perfectly. And here's the beautiful part. Once you have that, you don't need to convince anyone anymore. You just show them the proof. You're not selling anymore. You're showing them what's possible, what you've already delivered for somebody else. And when someone sees themselves in that story, which is exactly what will happen when they watch a video testimonial, when they think that's exactly my problem, the sale is already done. That's how you go from invisible to inevitable. So here's what's just happened, right? I'll summarize it, give you a bit of a recap. You learn that you don't need a bigger audience. You don't need a fancier website. You don't even need a massive Upwork profile. You don't even need more technical skills. You need better positioning. The next recap, stop leading with tools, start leading with the pain you end, the suffering that you sort of suffocate. Stop trying to sound impressive. Start trying to be instantly understood. Stop hoping people will trust you and show them the proof that they'd be crazy to disregard your skill set. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The AI space is getting more crowded every single day. More people are learning the tools and more tools are becoming available. More agencies are launching. More generic automation experts are flooding LinkedIn. But the ones who win, they're not the most technical. They're the most clear. They're the most direct. So what have we learned? We've learned that the people who win are the ones who can speak to pain. They can present outcomes. They can present solutions. And they know how to make the buying decision feel obvious. It's like, it's non-negotiable that they take this. It's not risky at all. It's like, this guy is the guy who needs to help me and I need to engage him quickly. That's what you do. You're not just a builder anymore. You're a problem solver. You're a profit generator. You always have been, but you just haven't been picturing it like that. You haven't been picturing it in your brain that that's what you are. But that's exactly what you do every day. You save people hundreds of thousands, in some cases millions. So make them understand that. You're someone who turns chaos into systems and stress into freedom. Now go and position yourself like it. This is how you stop being the best kept secret and start being the only obvious choice. If you guys want to see how I would go about this and how I break this down, literally my step-by-step process of how I ensure that clients feel like this, let me know in the comments. Let me know below. Like, subscribe. Tell me that you want to see deeper how I actually pitch to clients, because I can find a lot of information about this and share it with you that could even add more information to this video. My name is Michael Elliott. Thanks for watching.